Setting up long descriptions for report descriptions or item description is done directly in the specification window. So if I enter my specification like this, I can see that my include in long report description applies to a value, in this case IV, in this case IC, IV, etc. And it applies to the same table where we have made some default setup that you can use. So in this table, we have defined different codes, and they all have a shortage of IC, IV, or V, meaning information code, information value, or value. But basically, you could make your own. So you could edit the list, and you could create your own calling whatever. So it's just a name. And you can define, should it have a master name? And this means should it have a sign after the item description if you want to include item description, which is a setup explained in other videos. It's possible to actually start the long description with the standard item description. And then you define, would you like to include the information code? And when using this, whatever code, you set a check mark. What kind of sign would you like to have afterwards? Should it be a colon or a space or whatever? And this way you can determine your own setup here by mixing information value, and what sign you would have to like to use after the value and the description. And then you have to determine the way of using this description. So it's not like this, it says IV, VIC that we have determined, and of course this doesn't determine the order, it's determined out here. So this determines what should come first and last. So for instance, if you take the will description that we have made, we want to have the information code, then the value, then the information value. So in the long item description, it should say wheel diameter, then 29, and then inch. And it should have, and you can look at that specific one, it's this one, and it shouldn't have a sign after the value because we like it to say out here, wheel diameter 29 inch, and no sign after 29. So this way it's possible to mix your own description like you want to.